First up, we're going to start with today's inspirational quote. It is from Doc Brown from Back to the Future, his final line in the movie. And roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. Why would this be our inspiration for today? Well, we have a series of variables we're rolling out for you that has to do with roads and with travel. Not with time, but roads and travel. So let's see what we've got. What's new for fourth quarter of 2017? Well, DistanceIQ. We have a series of 5 variables under the DistanceIQ logo. They're going in. And DistanceIQ measures how far each zip 4 in America is from the nearest store location for this group of fine stores. We have Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Sephora, and Casual Mail. So what we want to do is we want to find out in number of miles, and it goes 2 places past the decimal point, how far each zip 4 and basically how far each person is from one of these stores. Now, at AnalyticsIQ, most of our new variables that we create are team efforts. We all get together, we figure out a good idea for a new product, we have meetings, we get together, how are we going to do this, what's the best way, what data sets do we need, what data sources do we want to dig into, do we need to do some custom surveys, we pull everything together, we start building it, we find out that the plan didn't work, so we have to go back and say, now the data is telling us something different, how do we adjust for that? And through a series of meetings and teamwork, we come up with our final products. I tell you that because every once in a while, we have a product here that's the brainchild of one person. And DistanceIQ was really the creation of Mike Haddab, who's our Chief Operating Officer. This is an idea he's had for years. And he's been talking about it, and there were some problems with how do you do this? He cracked the problem with how do we calculate distance for each thing with our latitude and longitude. How are we going to get all the store locations, store openings, store closings, and is it going to really be useful? So he was able to get together with some of our clients and asked if they'd like to do some beta testing. And they've been testing these variables for some time, and they found some really good results with them. They're not Walmart, unfortunately, but there's some other companies that can use these as well. These variables have been very handy for those clients. They're good for telling density. So in other words, if there is a Whole Food locally, there's probably going to be a pretty decent sized population in the area. If your company or if one of your clients that you're getting data for has a population that looks very much like a Walmart customer, then the distance from IQ from Walmart may be very useful for you. Same with Target or Whole Foods. They represent very different populations, and you may be able to find some use for these. Some of our clients have used these variables in models, and others have used them outside of models. So in other words, they'll have a model, and then they'll take that score and adjust it up or down based on the distance from one of these store locations. So in other words, if a company really focuses on a Whole Foods market type customer, they may go ahead and build their model, and they may adjust people's score based on if they're close to Whole Foods or far away from Whole Foods, that type of thing, because it would represent how likely they are to use those stores. So it's 5 different scores. We're committed to rolling out more of these over time. If your organization has an idea for another store that you'd like to see, maybe your own or one of the others, we'd be open to testing those out as well. We're also on an annual basis going to be updating these based on store openings and any kind of store closings as well. So those numbers will change. If Walmart opens a new store in a new location, then of course that's going to change a lot of the values. Average number of miles for Walmart, I think, is 5.2 miles for each zip 4 in America. That's pretty close. I think the Casual Mail was, I think, 43 miles was average. They have fewer stores. So that's just kind of interesting. I did check, and there are Walmarts in all states. And I didn't know they were in Hawaii, but it's kind of interesting to see. This kind of replaces, if you remember back in the day, the Census Bureau would sometimes, you could contract them to do concentric circles with maps of, here's your store location, here's everyone that lives within a 2-mile, 5-mile, or 10-mile radius, and they can do means analysis for you for a fee. Using something like this, you can do that yourself now. So it's kind of an improvement.